Hey YouTube, it's Eric. I think this video will be pretty interesting. I came across a report, like a financial annual disclosure report of the donations of the 2017 General Electric Fund, or the General Electric. Yeah, I think it's called the title GE Fund. And you're going to see here that the General Electric Fund has donated like hundreds of thousands of dollars. It goes up to millions of dollars that General Electric is giving to Jesuit universities, and General Electric is giving like hundreds of thousands of millions of dollars to Catholic charities, Catholic schools, etc. And I'm just going to show you that. And I'm going to show you an article I actually put together a few months ago going over the Jesuit tentacles in the General Electric power structure. And I linked a book from Anthony Sutton where he talks about how General Electric was funding the Nazis. And you have to realize, like General Electric, J.P. Morgan was a key founder in General Electric, and J.P. Morgan was then actually a Vatican knighthood. The knight he was a knight of Saint Martinus and Lazarus. I think it's interesting that J.P. Morgan coincidentally died in Rome, and he was very intimate with Myron Taylor, a Vatican knight, and FDR's papal representative. Actually, Morgan and Taylor were in the same knighthood. But I'm gonna link this in the description too. This is a video I did a while back. It's called "Who's on the Georgetown University Board of Directors," and I think it'll connect a lot of dots if you haven't seen it. Just these, I recommend you go through like the 28 Jesuit Board of Directors list. They're all available, but you'll see like their corporate tentacle connections pretty well here. But this is the foundation's report here. Okay, so you got the 2017 GE Foundation. Okay. So I'm gonna go to like some of the so you see here is the GE gave $51,000 to Saint Xavier High School, a Catholic school. They gave $10,000 to Saint Catherine's University, Catholic University. They gave $10,000 to Saint John's College, Catholic. Gave $10,000 to Saint Antonius Elementary School, Catholic. They gave $10,000 to Saint Anthony School, Catholic. And they give to like the big time, like they give money to Stanford, Yale, Harvard, and all those schools as well. You see, they give money. They gave 120,000 to Syracuse. But they give money to Jesuit University. Actually, $29,000 to the Columbus Academy. The Syrian American Club, 14,000. But look at here. So the Jesuit Xavier University, $85,000. I'm gonna show you. There's a Jesuit Xavier connection on their board of directors. And you go to Georgetown. Georgetown got 63,000 from the GE Fund in 2017. Fordham is on this list. Jesuit Fordham University, 19,000. Okay. There's a Jesuit connection to Fairfield on the GE boards, and there's lots of donations. Catholic Charities of Fairfield, $74,000. Catholic Charities North, $11,000. Catholic Charities Corporation, $16,000. GE gave them in 2016 to their GE fund. Catholic Preparatory School got $10,000. Cardinal Hayes High School. Cardinal Hayes was a fascist cardinal who was knighted, or he was 4 times decorated by Mussolini, who Pope Pius XI called the divine man sent from Providence. And Mussolini had a Jesuit confessor. But interestingly, that the Jesuits actually like snaked Mussolini. Um, his Jesuit confessor, like you can't trust a Jesuit. His Jesuit confessor. That's why Mussolini, if you look into how he was taken down, he like walked into the office of the king one day and he was just arrested. And then Mussolini was replaced with like a Catholic fascist Marshal Bagoglio, who was actually interestingly, I read that Marshal Bagoglio was very intimate with William Donovan and was in connection with the Catholic William Donovan throughout his presidency, which I thought was interesting because he was just a puppet to pave the way for Leo Gasperi to become the premier of Italy in 1948. His 1948, Leo Gasperi was actually a member of Pro Dio, which is a Catholic intelligence agency that merged with the CIA. Gasperi was a Bilderberger and a Vatican librarian, and he got Italy on board with the Schuman Plan. And he was just like he was working with got Italy into NATO, etc. Like the Jesuits wanted Gasperi into power, but Bergoglio was a puppet as well. And both and when they took down Mussolini and every single Italian prime minister, even post Mussolini, has upheld the Lateran Treaty, which states that like the Catholic Church is essentially like above the law in Italy. But yeah, that's a little off topic. We just hear like look at all the money GE is giving to these Catholic charities. Catholic Relief Services 99,000. Catholic Community Foundation for the Archdiocese of Cincinnati 280,000. Catholic Charities USA 16,000. Catholic Charities Southwestern Ohio 17,000. Catholic Charities of Louisville 36,000. Catholic Charities Diocese of Albany 24,000. Yeah, but here's they gave money to Fairfield Jesuit Fairfield College Prep got 18,000. Jesuit Fairfield University got 100,000 in 2019. Habitat for Humanity is getting a bunch of money too. Uh, Operation Hope Fairfield. um, and lots of let me see if other Jesuit universities. Yeah, College of the Holy Cross, Jesuit College of the Holy Cross, 22,000. College of the Saint Rose, I think it's Jesuit, 12,000. College of Our Lady of the Elms, that sounds Catholic, 11,000. Let me see if the other archdioceses are getting money here. Oh, is it just the one archdiocese that? Okay, it's just the one. There's quite a bit of Catholic here. That I covered all these right here. You said so Newman Central Catholic High School, New Hampshire Catholic Charities got 12,000. That high school I just mentioned 15,000. Catholic Notre Dame High School 10,000. Another Catholic Notre Dame High School 11,000. Catholic Notre Dame Bishop Gibbon School 22,000. Um, here. Sacred Heart Catholic School 40,000. Jesuit St. Joseph's University 33,000. Let's see here. If Jesuit Santa Clara is on here. Second Harvest Food Bank of Santa Clara 14,000. Not Jesuit Santa Clara University is not on there. Um, St. Peter's. Oh, St. Gregory's School 11,000. St. Joe, yeah, like I mentioned, St. Joseph's University, St. Mary's College, 13,000. Yeah, so you get the point. Like, there's tons of money being donated to Catholic institutions here. Society of the Vincent de Paul Community Services, Catholic, 22,000. Society of Saint. Well, let me double check to see if that's Catholic. I guarantee that's a Catholic society. Society de Saint Paul. There's even ones in Saint Catherine's. What the heck? Society of Saint. Yeah, Society of Saint Paul is a lay Catholic organization whose message is to live the gospel. This is a Catholic organization founded in 1833. Yeah, and they got their saint here, Saint Vincent Paul. Yeah, so this is the Anthony Sutton book I linked. The Society of the Sisters of Joseph got $10,000. That's another Catholic society. Just looks like some more Catholic schools here. Oh, a whole bunch. St. Aloysius Elementary School, 22,000. Catholic St. Almond's Elementary School, 10,000. St. Almond's Abbey School, 10,000. St. Bernard, 33,000. St. Boniface, named after Pope Boniface VIII, who who famous poet Dante confined to the lowest pit of hell. Boniface VIII signed the papal bull Unum Sanctum, and that he kind of created like the whole pilgrimage phase in year 1300. Um, you can I did a video on my channel. I read out the Vatican Billions. You can listen to I think chapter 13 in that book. I have that on my channel. Some great information on Boniface creating the Jubilee. You see your Saint Boniface Haiti Foundation 33,000. St. Charles 37,000 elementary schools. St. Edward's University 20,000. I think that's Catholic. St. Matthew Elementary School 14,000. Look at all these Catholic schools. St. Xavier High School 51,000. Okay. Actually, I think this is a Catholic or here St. Joseph Catholic Orphan Society 13,000 from GE in 2017. I think this St. Jude Hospital is a Catholic hospital. They got $180,000. I just want to. I think there's even like a PGA Tour event. The uh, the St. Jude event here. I don't know if it's a public hospital. Let me see if it's Catholic. Uh, A great book that exposed how the medical system is an inquisition is Robert Mendelsohn wrote a book called Confessions of a Medical Heretic. I'm not sure if this is I think this is a public. I'm not sure if this is a Catholic research or not. Looks like one of the guys who founded the hospital sought advice from Cardinal Samuel Sturge. That's interesting. Um, yeah. Let me see if there's any more here. See, like secular universities get funding too. Actually, look at this. The John Carroll School. John Carroll started Georgetown University. I know there's the John Carroll School. John Carroll is also very close with George Washington. Yeah, there you go. The John Carroll School. Private independent college preparatory school. School is named after John Theodore Carroll, the first Catholic bishop and archbishop in the United States, serving as the archbishop of the Roman Catholic Archdiocese of Baltimore. And his brother Charles Carroll, Jesuit educated for 17 years, was the only Catholic signer on the Declaration of Independence. Um, if there's any others here. And they give to the United Jewish Federation too, United Methodist. University of Dayton's a Catholic school, 23,000. Okay, they gave 140,000 to the University of Cincinnati. Um, here, the Catholic University Notre Dame du Lac, 103,000. Like, look at all this money they're dishing out here. It's a joke. Their employees, like, they play their employees dirt all. They have all this money to give out. You get the point here. They don't openly donate to any Jesuit archdioceses. if they, yeah, they don't donate to Loyola University. I think that's pretty much all the Catholic sections there. I wanted to show you. They donate to Shriners hospitals. And I'll show you the Orphan Society there. I think that's all. Yeah, so we'll go through this list. And here's the article I did here. Oh, this is the one here. Goes into the General Electric, but you see here like Fairfield, Jesuit Fairfield Prep and Fairfield University got money from General Electric, and the current CEO of General Electric, John Flannery, went to Jesuit Fairfield University. Here's his profile here. There he is, right there. Okay. Went to Jesuit Fairfield. He became appointed CEO in 2017. Okay. So I want to show you a few more of the connections. Yeah, this guy's on the board of directors at General Electric. James E. Rohr went to St. Ignatius Prep. Okay. I don't want the art. I don't want the video to go too long. I also cover Bain Capital really thoroughly in this article. You'll see that they're completely controlled by the Jesuits. Completely. Actually, interesting. The Domino's, the founder of Domino's Pizza, Bain Capital bought out Domino's Pizza, but the guy who sold Domino's Pizza to Bain Capital, Thomas Stephen Monahan, is a devout Roman Catholic and a Knight of Malta. And he dedicated his time for considerable fortune to Catholic causes. And he championed of the pro-life movement and other Catholic teachings to combat the nation's moral crisis. That's right. That's why Paul Ryan said that we need Catholicism, because we're in a moral crisis. And you see here, the founder of Domino's is reputed to be a member of Opus Dei as well. I thought that was interesting. But yeah, here's some more GE connections. This guy here. Um, Yeah, this guy was a Roman Catholic here, John Welsh, Roman Catholic. He was the chairman CEO of General Electric from 1981 to 2001. He's also in the Phi Sigma fraternity. There he is right there. Okay. This guy's currently on GE. David L. Joyce, he's the vice chair, GE president, and CEO of GE Aviation. He's the um, You see here, yeah, he joined GE in 1980, so he's buried at the top. You see here, Jesuit Xavier got donations, and David Joyce went to Jesuit Xavier, and he got 2 degrees from Xavier. He got his master's there as well. Here's David Joyce. Jesuit educated at Xavier, current high up at GE. Here's another one here, Deidre Latour. She is the VP Senior Advisor and Chief Communications Officer at GE. And she went to Jesuit Holy Cross, which also gets funding from General Electric. Okay. um, yeah, so this guy was a former high up at General Electric. He was the CEO of GE Power Systems. Let me see here. Yeah, and he attends Roman Catholic Church. That's all I found on this guy here, Robert Nadell. Um, Right here, Walter James McNury. He was the chairman of Boeing Company. Avril Manhattan writes in the Vatican Billions, in chapter 24, 25, that the Vatican actually controls Boeing, or that he actually specifies that the Jesuits control Boeing, which I find interesting. Walter Jim McNeary, you see here, he attended, or he was in the Delta Kappa Epsilon fraternity. He was Barack Obama's chairman of the President Export Council, and let me see here. Yeah, I think that's what I wanted to cover. He was connected to Obama, so I just. Um, yeah, there's his connections to GE. Actually, he joined a business forum by then Jesuit educated at Fordham Donald Trump. Yes, this guy's he the like high level corporate elite don't play partisan politics. The corporate machine funds both the left and the right. Okay. So here's a Roman Catholic connection. This guy was on Obama's Economic Council. Jeffrey Imlet. Okay, he was American business executive. He was selected as General Electric CEO in 2000 to replace Roman Catholic Jack Welch, like I just showed you. Okay, and you see here, Imlet, he got an honorary degree recently. Jeffrey Imlet got an honorary degree from Jesuit Boston College, and he was actually on Barack Obama's economic transition team. You can see that on his Wikipedia page. Jeff Imlet's Roman Catholic. Um, this guy Lawrence Tosi is a current high up at the Blackstone Group. He went to Georgetown University, but he worked at General Electric as a director of business development for General Electric, CNBC, and NBC's division. General Electric sold NBC to Comcast for like um, 5 or 6 billion back in 2009. Yes, I'm not going through all of them, but there's quite a few. I don't want this video to go on too long, but you get the point. Like, there's quite a few connections to General Electric. Actually, this lady here, Kathy McElliott, is the current vice president, executive vice president, chief information technology officer at McKesson Corp. I did a write-up on McKesson. McKesson is actually being sued quite a bit right now because they're literally flooding the streets with drugs and opiates. And not a coincidence, their CEO John Hammergren went to Jesuit Georgetown, and there's Jesuits all in their hierarchical structure. So your Kathy McElliott worked at General Electric as well. You see her, she spent 22 years with General Electric, holding multiple information systems leadership roles, ultimately becoming the chief information officer of supply chain for General Electric aircraft engines. Actually, I'll do a future video on General Electric's comprehensive annual financial report. I'm sure that's interesting. But she went to Jesuit Xavier, and here's her profile here. Kathy McKelly. Oh, it's not loading right now, but you can pull it up in the article. Right, so here's another one here. Peter Pastillo, former chairman, CEO of Vistion. Where did you see here? Pastillo began his career holding several industrial relations positions at General Electric, and he went to Jesuit Georgetown University Law Center. So you guys I think, check out this article here. I didn't want the video to go on too long, but it's called Jesuits Are Tied to General Electric and Bain. And General Electric is also involved in kind of the recent smart city craze. And I wrote another article here titled The Jesuits Control Gaia Smart Cities. This was a smart city company startup in India that was created in 2015. And they already got contracts with like the Indian government, the Australian government, and a bunch of other governments you can find on their websites. And I sourced some of that information here. But this Gaia startup smart city company was founded by two Jesuit educated men, Sumit Gupta Chowdhury, who was Jesuit educated at Loyola School in Jambispur. The other Jesuit educated guy was Bipin Kumar, who went to Jesuit Georgetown and the Jesuit Assad School in Spain. Okay, and both these guys used to work for Reliance Industries. Coincidentally, which Reliance Industries is the oil a massive oil firm out in India that's actually gotten into the smartphone market. Their CEO Mukesh Ambani was Jesuit educated at Saint Xavier's School in Mumbai, and his company Reliance is involved in creating smart centers as well. But here's the news with General Electric. Here's General Electric is also involved in the Agenda 2030 Smart Center agenda. And here's what they're doing here. This is in the city of San Diego. Well, let me see here. This is a program that they're offering now. Current powered by General Electric is a first of its kind energy company where world-class hardware technology is combined with unprecedented software technology to provide an IoT platform for smarter cities. To build thriving cities, Current is partnering up with city leaders to turn their ubiquitous lighting network into a digital infrastructure, aka into a mass spy surveillance state where everything is being tracked and everything is cataloged. With the future-proof city in mind, Current City IQ, a unique intelligent node embedded with many sensors, is extensible through over-air upgrades of analytics connection to neighboring devices, and in its ability to do multi-sensor fusion all over a secured cloud connection. And that's from the Smart Cities Council. You see that General Electric is, I'm sure they have government contracts as well for their smart city technology. You see here, the city of San Diego is planning to install the Current City IQ sensors that GE makes. See, the GE plans to install 3,200 street light or 3,200 city IQ sensor nodes on 3,200 streetlight poles across San Diego. As the city upgrades 14,000 light fixtures to current Evolve LED luminaries. AT&T will act as the data carrier. Interesting, the AT&T head office has no windows. It's a really creepy looking building. Well, and there's Jesuit connections into that company. I have them written down somewhere. I just can't think of them right now, but I'll do a future video on that. But that's why I wanted to show you that General Electric is donating, with all the money I probably went through on this video, it's probably over like $2 or $3 million that they gave to Catholic Jesuit institutions. So I just wanted to point that out. Let's see if anyone's in the chat. I haven't been checking it. Give me a second. Oh. Hey, Hallelujah. How's it going? Yeah, I hope this video is informative. I think you guys should go through the list just to see it yourself. But they're giving millions of dollars to Catholic institutions. And I don't know if you've seen this video I did, Hallelujah, but you should check out who's on the Georgetown Board of Directors in 2018. It's a pretty powerful list, to say the least. And I recommend you go through all the Jesuit University Board of Directors list because it's all corporate connections. But yeah, I think I'm gonna cut it there. My girlfriend's calling me. But yeah, that's all for this one, YouTube. Peace and love, and Namnas.